She asked if I could replace her at her local amateur brass band practice. I said yes, of course. Toddled along to the village hall with a very elderly cornet I'd not played in some decades. When I got to the village hall, it was filled with splendid middle-aged women, of course it was. And I was not the only newcomer. Our esteemed conductor, Georgie, was also new for one night only. I liked her instantly. She had a strong jaw, a short grey, short back and sides. She was wearing a neat woolen jacket. I sat down with the other cornets, and then Dillis on flugelhorn appeared late with some music that she said her grandson had sent through that he thought her group might like to sight read. They seemed naturally very gung-ho, so we all agreed to sight read this music, and then about halfway through playing it, I realized, Georgie realized, and I think a couple of others realized, that we were playing that Monty Python classic, Sit on My Face and Tell Me That You Love Me. I caught Georgie's eye over the rim of my cornet bell. And she winked at me, friend. And I felt a frisson of something I hadn't felt in many years. Then she seemed to purse her lips, and I wondered suddenly, was she thinking about kissing me? Or just merely trying to correct my embouchure? She turned her head away to waggle her baton at the trombones, and I couldn't help noticing her long, elegant fingers and her short, neat nails. And I gave an involuntary shudder of anticipation. After the practice was over, and after Dillis had made her grandson formally apologize to the group via speakerphone, a classic I wish to this day I had recorded, I offered to stay behind, friends, help Georgie stack the chairs and wash and dry the cups and saucers. There was an odd air in the building that night. It felt that neither of us wanted the evening to end. We were on opposite sides of the village hall kitchen, friends. I stacked the final saucer. Georgie hung her drying-up cloth over the front of the kitchen cabinet and then turned to face me. "Ada," she said, "I want you." Suddenly, friends, everything again in that moment seemed heightened. She began to walk towards me, and I could hear my own excited breathing. I could hear the sound of the Blakeys on her parade shoes on the kitchen liner. I could hear the wood pigeons' coquettish hoo-hoo outside the kitchen window. She stopped only to whip off her peaked cap and throw it into the corner. She was an excellent shot. No surprises there. She came close to me. I ran my fingers down her epaulets, grabbed her lapels, and she kissed me, friend. It was wonderful. I hadn't been kissed in many, many months. She then invited me back to her camper van for a good seeing too. And of course I said yes, what an opportunity. That woman rummaged for my clitoris with the enthusiasm of a truffle hound. Her perseverance was extraordinary. I had spent many months rewilding my pubic area. She battled through the thicket undaunted. Not only an excellent musician, friend, she was also a medical marvel. She could breathe through her ears. We had a wonderful couple of hours, friends. Oh, marvelous. Was it love? Of course it wasn't love. It was lust and passion and pleasure and loneliness and unexpected fluids. I crept back into Maywie's house about 2:30 in the morning, like a naughty teenager, feeling entirely reinvigorated, friends. I've kept in touch with Georgie, actually. I set her up this week with someone from my local LGBTQIA+ Fern Appreciation Society. The Fronds of Dorothy. Ha ha ha.